Meow meow, peekaboo, meow meow. Well, I got home. The house that I broke into, I did a little cat burglar on. They caught me on their computer with their video. So I'm back home, Master had his going, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to do this and let you know what's going on. Master's gone to bed. He was all upset that I got out the car from the vet and I ran away. I did a runner. And because I was really worried about that pet therapy card that the vet gave him. Like, what's all that about, and this bill and everything. I don't want to be offed. Anyway, so I'm looking a little bit back to normal. I've got my whiskers back and got a bit of leopard spot going on. A little bit of leopard spot going on the chin here, as you can see. So I'll just duck back down the leaves there so you can't really see me. And Tomcat from next door, he saw me like sneaking back home and he come out and he's like, what happened? And I said, I don't know, Tom. He said, why do you call me Tom? My name's Bruce. He said, where do you get Tom from? I said, well, you're an average tomcat and I'm an Oriental. And he says, yeah, you look a bit different. He says, you got that Oriental thing happening. And he said, I saw you get out of the car. He says, but I wasn't really sure if it was you because you look so different. You had black whiskers and that black snooty stuff on your nose. And he says, but yeah, I picked up on your scent and I thought, yep, that's her. Well, where's she going? What's happened? So I'm glad you're back because I was worried and your master's been worried. He's running around, he's looking for a pet therapy card, and then he find the vet after hours and said, I don't know what I did with the card, and the vet says, well, I'm at home having dinner with my wife and kids, and I gave it to you, and I don't know, maybe you left it on the reception desk when you paid the bill. And he says, yeah, and your master, he was going to find the pet therapist, I think, to report you missing. And, imagine that, Geez, that'd have, like, animal control out after you with, their nets and capture you. And so I said, I don't want to hear anymore. I've got to block my ears. Anyway, and I said, where the heck do you get the name Bruce from? I said, you're just like a fat, bloody ginger cat. And he says, don't be nasty. He says, I come over here to share dinner with you sometimes. And I said, yeah, my dinner, and you steal it on me. And he says, well, you're a finicky eater. You eat a little bit here, there. And he says, so then when you sneak back inside with the warmth by the fire, he says, I'll think, well, she doesn't want it. I'll have it. He says, I've got worms to feed. My owner doesn't spend a cent at me at the vet. And he says, which I'm quite happy because I wouldn't want one of those things stuck up my bum every year. He said, what? Your owner just thinks you're going to get an infection one day out of the year? Like, and then he chooses the date, like, then they trick you and you get jabbed and, whoa, he says, crikeys, you got that leopard pox happening. He says, so you're like an Oriental cross leopard. Geez, he says, they'll probably want to breed from you. And I said, no, I was spayed. He said, did you get one of them microchips? And I said, no, but I think my master got a brain chip. Something happened to him, he reckons, and he ended up with a brain chip. I don't know what that's about, he says, but anyway, he's been a bit sort of weird there, doing research 24/7, crazy. But he feeds me and looks after me, and he changed my litter box when I got in. He even gave me a brand spanking new one that he bought the other week, and he filled it up to the brim, and as he's been over filling it up, the pet therapist card fell out of his pocket into the tray. So I'm looking at him thinking, shit, I hope he doesn't see that because I want to do a sloppy number 2 on that and bury that sucker. He didn't see it, so yep, I did that sloppy number 2 and buried that sucker. Oh, that pet therapist, I hear bad things about those. Anyway, so they didn't come and catch me and I'm back to normal and Master's just so happy that I'm home. So yeah, I guess I better go now and finish off the strawberry milk. Tom was a bit upset, let him share my dinner bowl with me, and he was a bit of a gentleman cat. Bruce, I guess I better start calling him Bruce. Ooh, I don't like that name, Bruce. I don't know. I might stick to Tom. I don't think he minds me calling him Tom. Well, he's a tomcat, so why not? And so he said, well, Tammy, he said, we're all just glad that you got home okay, and so you eat most of that dinner. You probably need it after that ordeal, and he said, I brought that pucker up potion and you put it on. So how about a little bit of a cat catnip and play after Din-Dins. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm thinking about that, Tommy. I said, well, what about a little bit of catnip? You gonna have a little bit of catnip? So he gave me a bit of a catnip. And it's gone out. And so yeah, he had a bit of the catnip. He steals it from his owner. His owner grows catnip in the backyard and chops it up and makes a fag out of it, or whatever a fag is. I don't know. And yeah, I think it tastes pretty revolting. But yeah, I'm back to normal. And yeah, so Tom was getting a little bit excited, thinking he was in for a bit of luck after Din-Dins with Tammy. And then Master was at the door going, Tammy, strawberry milk. So, crikey, so of course I had to leave Tom, and I felt so bad, but it was kind of like as I'm running through the door, meow. And yeah, Master closed the door and said, sorry, Bruce, you got to go back home. And yeah, so now I heard Bruce scratched it in the garden, so he probably did a number there. And yeah, in Master's favourite rose bush. Bloody men. But yeah, good to be home and good to have buried that bloody pet therapy card. Nights, meow meows.